There we go. Hello everyone, welcome out to Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition. Finally got an interesting choice for the cast picture here. I don't know, I feel like there's a few other characters that could probably go up here. Like, it's kind of weird that Glenn, of all characters, isn't on here, because I remember him being one of the more popular dudes. Heck, Karsh and Zoa are probably more popular than Marcy. Let's jump on in here. As like context, I don't hate Chrono Cross. I also don't think it's really great. I think it's like right down the middle of being okay, mediocre even. The main thing it's got going for it is its music and its art style. But my god, this game's plot and its battle system, as I recall, were not really good. I'm gonna shove and just let this play out because I do like the opener. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a quote from Radical Dreamers. Honestly, most of that trailer, like, half of it is stuff that doesn't even happen in the game, but you don't care because the music is driving that opening so freaking hard. It makes it awesome. Oh my gosh. I remember the original having opening it up like this? Auto battle? Wait, what? I think we actually start off with the time shifter. Ah yes, good old Surge. What? Why did it go down there? Oh. Oh, come on. If it goes off any, like, side there, it X up, I guess. Okay. There we go. I think I got it right. It was kind of a trick. You could tell what's obviously like PlayStation 1 cutscene stuff that they weren't really able to do much and touch up. Like, these are the obviously, like, you know, not done in-game engine movies that they had throughout it. So, I mean, they couldn't really go in and try to mess with that like they could with the actual in-game engines. I remember this dungeon and I always hated it. Oh god damn it, we got Korcha. What is it, Rio? You look trouble. This is it. No turning back now. Oi, come on, Rio and Korcha. Wait. It has a different character portrait now. Just you wait, Lynx. Today's gonna be the day of reckoning. Say your prayers, not that it'll do you any good. And now she's laughing maniacally. Oh yeah, we do start with the time shifter. Which lets us both speed up and slow down time. Oh god, that's gonna be so useful. What's that crystal-like thing? Some kind of switch? Bugger! So close and yet so far. Yeah, kid is freaking Australian with a capital Barbie. Huh. This just figures, like, I don't know how to put it, like, running animation just feels off in some way. That's right, they give us some pretty OP stuff here. Oh god, he's having a fit. Okay, the blue moon... Did it have like a border around it, like it was a freaking JPEG overlaying that background? What? Oh god. I mean, they probably did it like that back then, but I mean, like, that big-ass corner! Oh, we have to get into another fight, and I need to do that move again. Oh yeah, that's right, you're supposed to go, like, down here, as I recall? Yep, here we go. I swear this whole like section lies to us about what this area is going to be like when we actually reach this part. And the fact it brings freaking Corch out. Who uses that asshole? Really? Oh wait, he's got too low stamina. God damn it. Now we can go back to Rion. Okay, let's check this again. We could actually, like, slow it down so we can... My god, yeah. They don't know all it's showing up, but there's, like, this obvious corner around it. I'm never gonna be ever be able to unsee that. I'm sorry, what? What else we got? We got basic meteorite, recover all. And the photons. I think there's like a third variation of this. Like it's one of its highest tier spells or something. But no way, I think it's just the one I was thinking of. The AS Kamehameha laser. Oh no, Korcha got hurt. Whatever will we do? One of the kind of weird things that they did in this game, there's like a... how do I put this? Like, for all the non-plot characters you bring along who add, like, side commentary when you do stuff like Korcha talking during this part, they actually have, like, a weird, I want to put it, like, almost a translation program that they run through, because almost everybody has their own, like, little verbal tick, accent, whatever you want to call it. So they had to, like, run each set of dialogue through this, like, translator to, like, set it up for when you have random side characters. Oi, what the bloody hell just happened? What are we doing out here? Wow, booger! Did it feel like your body passed through the floor just now? This sure was some Ford Arion. You alright, mate? You've been acting all weird. You don't know what's up ahead, so just stay on your toes, eh? I don't even know why we're here. We just started the game up and suddenly we've got a pirate dude, a thief girl, and a dude who refuses to wear pants going into a fortress for some reason to kill a guy named Lynx. Is the door supposed to do that? I stabbed a girl and I liked it. And it was all a dream! Good morning, Rion. As I recall, this is actually taken straight from Chrono Trigger. Come on, sleepyhead, get up! From when Chrono's mom wakes him up. Why do we have those creepy masks up there? You like to fall asleep knowing that they're watching you, dude? Of course. Gotta get the secret savings. Oh, wait. I thought that was, like, supposed to be her, like, approaching us or something, but no. Good morning, Rion. You're finally up. Sun's already reached high noon. And it isn't morning anymore. By the way, didn't you have plans to meet with Lena this morning? Lena came by to see you if you were up, but you, young man, were still off in Never Never Land. And you guys just refused to wake me up? You shouldn't break promises like that. Girls can be pretty scary if you make them angry. Okay. But seriously, why didn't you just wake me up? There she is. You're late, Rion. Sleeping in as usual, I suppose. You promised you'd go get some Komodo dragon scales for my necklace, remember? Since you were late, my mom asked me to babysit the kids. Woohoo, Rioni, Lena, look at me. Come on, you guys should join us. Feels really good. Unlike the rest of you, we're not here to play. Don't swim out too far now. Okay, gotcha. Kids, sure have it easy. Remember when we were like that? Not a single care or worry on our minds. Lady, I just slept in until past noon. I'm pretty sure we're still in that stage. Oh, each day lasts on an eternity filled with newness, fun, and excitement. But the poor thing now is not our childhood, but my Komodo scaled necklace. Yes, we have to face up to reality and live each day anew. Are you already in your midlife crisis? So I want you to go to Lizard Rock and get some scales for me. I would join you, but I still have to watch the kids. It's your fault you were late. Once you collected some Komodo dragon scales, I catch up with you at Apasa Beach. Is that okay with you, Rion? As I recall, you need to be nice as possible to her, so that when she joins up later, you can get her final ability. If you answer any of these improperly, you're screwed. You can't get her 7th skill. Or well, her third skill, like her 7th level skill, I guess that's a better way to put it, with how the elements in this game works, as I recall. They think 3 should be enough. Good luck, Rio, and I'm counting on ya. As I recall, Lena, like, this part is kind of like a microcosm of some of the shit that's wrong with this game's plot and writing. Now, we have something hideous I will never put on our frames. Like, I don't know, it's like a problem of nobody talks like this kind of shit. Like, everyone loves to play philosopher, like, so freaking hard. Like this dude, yo, Rio, what do you think of this sawfish? Have you ever seen one this size? Huh, it's gotta be from the legendary Dragon King Palace. Wouldn't you agree, Rion? I think so too, I knew it, I just knew it. If this really is true, then from here on out, habits will be rolling into my life, business will pick up, money will start pouring in, I'll be able to repair my roof, varnish my boat, buy a new sail, need as much squid gut palace as I want in Termina. Ah, life is good. Yeah, right, oh my king, that would definitely be too good to be true. But thanks anyway, Rio. Thanks for playing along. Here's a little something for you. Give it to a girl you like. So yeah, I wish the legend was true though. The Dragon King Palace, there aren't enough dreams out there lately. Ha! I think dude just had like 8 freaking text boxes about his freaking fish. I recall this kid wants this. Yep. Yeah, he wants to give it for a girl. We can't actually use that one since she'll only let us, like, she'll only take the ones that we kill ourselves or something like that. So yeah, you can bring this one over to this kid, and he gives you a free spell. Best favorite. Oh yeah, and he gives us this hint for trying to get partial. To do anything to get her paws on one, she'd obey your every command if you gave her one. There's 2 ways to get partial. It's the Heck Bone and when you recruit Lena. Lena is actually an optional character. And yep, no answer. No answer. It is just a barrel. No answer. It's just a barrel. What do you want already? Said I'm just a barrel. Fine. Here, take it, man. Cheese. Weird how I remember all this secret crap from this point in the game. I haven't played this game in years, and I still remember most of this stuff. There's the Heck Bone. Now we can turn the game into easy mode for a while because we're not supposed to actually get partial for a while. Like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get partial 2 boss-ish fights from now. Well, that's where you can get partial, but when you recruit Lena. Now we have to talk to this guy to recruit another guy later. Hi, Rio, I was lost in my thoughts here. You know, Kiki's grown up so quickly, sometimes you're just amazed at how much he resembles her mother. Yeah, I guess my wife is like that too. She's been very much like her mother since as long as I can remember. Guess that demonstrates how life continues to live on through generations. Been about 10 years since I became a fisherman. Back then, I still had other aspirations, but I ended up succeeding my dad. Guess you can say that everything here represents 10 years of my life. Line sharks, sawfish, 6-horned narwhals, you name it. They represent all my hard work and dedication. I love my job and I'm happy with my current lifestyle and all, but lately I get to thinking when I see Kiki. Dude, I just wanted to see how you were doing. Not how I could have had a different future. What if I'd chosen a different path 10 years ago? I'd be living a completely different life than I am now. Not saying which one would have been better, just wonder where the other path may have led me. I guess the longer you live, the more you wonder about another you that might have been. Boy, life sure is complex. Oh hey Rion, you want this? Here, take it. It's an amulet I made from a lion shark tooth 10 years ago when I decided to become a fisherman. Don't eat anymore, and my wife and Kiki watching over me. If it weren't for the character I could recruit with that freaking shark thing, I wouldn't talk to you ever, dude. So now, if we go over here, there's Partial. You could see that thing from space.
Is that a Heckram bone? Leonie pull a present for I? How do you know to accept or not to accept? Ahem, me accept your present and me shall help you. Me will do anything you want. Me will be honored to be by your side. We will use my pretty miracle power X. Me will do it, Rioni Poo.
I regret talking to you. So yeah, we got a character kind of technically early. I don't even really feel like giving Partial a side name or anything like that. It's just like, oh god. We could talk to Radius there and he'd give us the big battle tutorial, but I already know how this game works. And before we go, can't remember, what does Partial have? Gotta look at this. Partial has absolutely nothing. Okay. So, okay, how do I put it? Yeah, show me your elements. Elements is basically this game's entire, like, combat system in a way. Like, this is how all of our abilities that we're ever gonna get in the game come from the elements. Grab a fireball and a cure. Oh wait, I just remember another one we could pick up. Want that, and Partial can take the cure. I'll get more into how we actually make use of these elements when we actually get into a fight, because I could have sworn there. Yes. Photon Ray. I recalls the basic light attack. Yeah, tablets are basically this game's potions. If you see the X1 next to their icon, they're only usable once and then they're gone forever, you know, like how usual items work. Except to actually make use of these in this game, you do actually have to play into the system to get enough like levels to use them. So they're kind of weird. And honestly, with how this game's like post-battle healing works, you never really need them that much.
Good morning, Rion. Don't tell me you just woke up. Don't you know that the early bird gets the worms? Nina's over out there on the pier. Looks like her mother asked her to babysit. I think she's her grandma? Don't make girls angry. You'd be lucky to get away with only a broken neck.
Could have swore she had some like backstory for Surge. And you can't actually see her hanging out over here. Oh yeah, and her. She's like Lena's sister, I think?
Yo, Rion, I heard you totally blew off Lena this morning. Didn't think you had it in you. That was real gutsy if it gets to that kind of shows her who's boss, eh? Don't tell her I said so, but my sister's a bit too quick to lash out. Could you be like, make her be a little nicer to me? Yeah, my support all the way. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Okay, they changed that from the original, because I recall she actually said something like,
could you break my sister in a little bit, or something like that to make her nicer? Like,
it was kind of a what the fuck? I guess I'm not too surprised they changed that. Okay, so basically, the way combat works, as you can see, we have. Whoops. Get it right on accident. Anyway, you can see we have 3 options here for attacks: light, medium, and heavy. Every time you hit an enemy with an attack, if you hit an enemy with an attack, oh my god, hit him! Anyway, every time you hit an enemy with an attack, it will actually boost the hit percentage of all subsequent attacks. And it also builds up your element meter. So I hit with a level 1, I got 1 on my gauge, so I can actually cast a level 1 element. Each move actually costs stamina. You can see on Rion's little nameplate thingy there. And they cost the requisite amount as like their same tier, like 1 stamina, 2 stamina, 3 stamina, etc. Using an element costs us 7 stamina, and you can actually go into the negatives doing this. You just have to wait longer to actually get back to your turn, kind of a deal. Enemies do still work on the stamina system too. I just can't remember exactly like what drives them, like what determines when they will attack mid-combo or something to try to break up whatever you're doing. I swear this attack always looks so silly to me. They just rip a piece of the geometry out of the land, kind of close. It's slam it on an enemy's head. It's great. And this is also what I was talking about when I said you don't need to worry too much about post-fight healing that much. Admittedly, I'm not really showing it well here, but basically, like, since we have Cure set as the level 2 spell on Palasho and Rion, if they ended a battle with level 2 element charge, then they'll be able to use them after everything's all said and done. And therefore, just keep healing using that. So it's like, why would you even really need to worry about, you know, using up consumables when elements are reusable and you can just keep using them? So, yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I should state that there is a rule that each element can only be used once per battle. So like, if we're in a boss fight and I use Fireball and Photon Ray, he can't use any more attack spells until the fight ends. After that, they get completely restored. It does kind of hurt in the early game, but in the late game, when you can have like 20 plus element equipped, it doesn't hurt nearly as bad. Rion and Lena forever. Aww. Too bad this version of Lena does not really get to do much. Like, she does some stuff, like we have her scene with her on Opasa Beach, and then she's completely dropped from the plot and never really shows up again. Another call. Yep. Trap the lizard. Getting each of the Komodo dragon scales is kind of like a weird little puzzle in and of itself. Like this one, you gotta push the rock to block its escape route so you can trap it. There was a dude back in town who would give you hints about how to do this, but I guess I just, figure we'll just go on. I already know what to do here. I played this game a few times. Oh wait, no, not Rion. He's only got 1 stamina. Currently avoiding using elements that much so it can show up post-battle healing. Not like we really need them. And bam, see? So we got our 1 Komodo scale from that entire Komodo pup. They are very inefficient hunters. Almost forgot. We picked up this. Might as well equip it, you know? You are guarding a chest, therefore you must die. And even the lizards hate Poshel. Son of a bitch, really? Probably use it on another enemy. I don't remember how much HP these little dudes have. Oh, wait. Does Partial actually have a low stamina recovery? In general, like, stamina recovery is like 1-to-1 based on the attacks being used. Like, if Surge uses a level... Well, Rion uses a level 2 attack, Partial would normally get 2 stamina back. I should say everybody in the party would get 2 stamina back. So you could still keep going, like, negative on your casting for your stamina, and still, with a full party, would swing around to someone else having full stamina by the time 2 other people had gone. Let's see. Yeah, stamina recovery 10. Our job is silent protagonist. Yeah, Bosch only has a stamina recovery of 9? Oh god. And apparently she is the Wonder Dog. Her build is roly-poly. That means she plays Dark Souls. Thankfully you can actually... And there goes the Komodo pup. You can actually go around enemies on the world map and... Oh, hi. Are you mad because I skipped that other fight? God damn it. Keep missing near guaranteed attacks. What to say? Come on, dude. It always looks like he's having a fit when he's casting. I wonder whose bright idea was to name these guys beach bums. Oh, really? Come on. Come on! I missed an 85% chance twice in a row. And yet that worked. Come on! Sweet Jesus! I've, like, missed more freaking, like, 50% odds, 80% odds than I've hit. Almost. Probably not that bad, but it feels like it. We gotta time this. Rise! I don't know why, but I always find it kind of funny when you just kind of like dink someone to death with that last little hit. You do this big 3-hit combo, the enemy's holding on by a thread, poke. That's 2. This is enough to finish the big guy off. There we go. Yeah, it probably doesn't need to use a level 3 there. I guess I didn't really talk about, like, spell levels and that crap. Basically, every element has a level attached to it. Like, most of the ones we've found so far are level 1 types. And each of them are more ideal to put in, like, their certain spot. Oh, let's see. Yeah, like, Fireball is a level 1 spell. But you can put it in any higher, like, tier you put it in. Will actually give it a little plus. I don't remember exactly, like, how do I put it, like, how much of a boost is. I don't remember it ever really feeling like it gave it that big of a bump up. But, I mean, it's still nice. If you got slots to burn, why not? Come on, there we go. For some reason, I guess that chest was just kind of, like, stuck on that ledge. As we slowly wait for it to come up. Come on. How do I keep... There we go. As I recall, I think... Yeah, improves our hit percent. Doesn't say exactly how much. But hey, hit percent is hit percent. What was it? Oh, okay, it gives us 2%. Maybe there you are. This one is just straight up chase the thing. Eventually you'll catch it. At least we start with like over 90% hit odds. As I recall, we don't actually want to use any elements yet. Because here comes Mama. And of course we have it pretty easy here, given the fact that this is a boss that's meant to be fought with Rion solo. Hit 16 like that. Damn! Okay, maybe there is a bigger boost than I thought. Oh, damn it, Partial. Just gonna defend up to try and get our stamina back. Honestly, it's not too bad of a strategy to basically... Oh my god, I missed... Really? I feel like the game is lying to me about my hit odds. Anyway, a decent strategy is you can always just do like the basic 3-hit combo I keep doing, and then hit defend. That was our first boss. We can finally level up. Because this is basically the only way you get levels is after you beat a fight, you get growth stars. Which generally give you a whole bunch of stats. And good god, Pasha, why the hell are you getting better level ups than I am? Oh, okay, maybe that's why Poshal's fireball didn't do that much damage. They only had 3 magic before this.
So we now have 3 Komodo scales. Let's get moving to Apatha Beach and wait for Lena.
First things first, though, we have treasure around here to pick up. Oh, I just got boned. Oh, damn it. Nope, so much for that combo. The fireball out's one of the higher HP guys. God damn it, Marshall. Rion is the only one hurt, so this should finish it off, and then we can heal back up with the level 2 cure. Good God, Pasha, why do you get so much HP? Another ivory helmet. Got to jump back in here. Excuse me. Oh, dang it. Oh, we can actually get in random encounters while we're opening a chest. Lame. There we go. Now we can actually kill one of these things in one combo. Why does it feel so random when enemies actually decide to attack? Nice. Oh yeah, that's right. Like, for every growth star, like after a certain amount of fights, you get one kind of big stat up. And the rest will just be basically like +1 HP until those dry up. On the one hand, it does encourage... Oh, right, we can only go down that, not up. Anyway, it does encourage a player to, like, not grind. But on the other hand, you also have a whole lot of random encounters in some of the dungeons that will basically be giving you a whole lot of shit, so you're still going to get in a whole lot of fights anyway. I don't know. There you are! Sorry I'm late. Hope you didn't wait too long, Rio. Partial, I didn't expect to see you here, so this is where you went off to. Lena's here. How are you doing? Or are you two on a date, Sawi? Me think me should leave you two alone. Woo-woo. Oh, please, don't be silly. Pasha shoo. I guess we know how seriously she's taking the relationship. Well, how'd it go? Did you get the Komodo dragon scales? Oh, they're beautiful. I'll be able to make a great necklace with these. Thank you, Rion. And you too, Pashal. No problem. Sure has been a long time since we last came here. We used to come so often. You ready for some more philosophizing? See, never changes, does it?
It's been rolling in and out like this since long before we were born. It's been here for eternity, it seems. Probably seen many things, heard many things. Probably keep rolling in and out long after our lifetime without a single change. Is Lena high? Do people really just randomly get into a discussion about like how the sea just is always here and all that kind of stuff with that, just like with no prompting or discussion, just, oh man, hey, I'm here to get my Komodo scales. You know what, the sea has always been here, hasn't it? Remember that time we sat and talked like this back when we were kids? With the gentle sea breeze and tranquil sound of the waves? Just the two of us talking. You remember that day? You want to say, I remember. Really? You do? So you haven't forgot about the promise we made that day? Because we are childhood friends, we must always have a promise that we made as children that it will forever hold you to. That's the JRPG way. That makes me happy. But aren't memories strange? Just when you think that you've forgotten about something, it comes floating back into your heart. Guess it's just lying there and waiting for the right moment. You might even remember this very moment someday. Yes, this moment where we just sat around on the beach, just randomly talking. This was a day to remember. 10, 20 years when we're all grown up and married and have kids of our own. That time comes, I wonder what kind of adults we'll be. What kind of life will I be leading? We have to say we'll never forget this day. Although, I mean, I really hope that you would aim higher for what you want to remember. Yeah, I hope you're right. There's something I've been wanting to... Uh-oh, disembodied voice is saying my name that's outside the text boxes. This must not stand. Pretty sure this is supposed to be Shala, I think? What's wrong, Rion? I'm hearing the voices again. Like that dream I had last night. It's making me want to stab people. And suddenly we are having PTSD flashbacks. Oh yeah, and there's a big ass wave coming this way. Also, everything is glowing now. Sir decides to just accept his fate and die with dignity, I guess. He has very little reaction other than just stand there. No, and he's dead. Game over. What are you doing there, boy? It's dangerous to sleep out here. You alright, boy? What on earth are you doing lying down anyway? For a second there, I thought you might have been a dead body washed ashore. What's that, lassie? Timmy fell down the well. Where's Lena? You were the only one I saw when I got here. You're a friend of Lena's, but she's in the village babysitting. Yeah, but our girlfriend dished us after we got hit by magic in a tidal wave. Yeah, I best be on my way. Anyway, if you're looking for Lena, you should stop by the village. You know you shouldn't be playing out here, boy. We don't want anything to happen to you now. Is that a threat? Rioni Poo, you're finally up. Something went whoosh at me without code too. Me woke up first, though we went to go look around, but no sign of Lena anywhere. Do you think Lena spontaneously combusted? Me wonder if she's okay. God, that dialogue. Who's decided to make the Partial like the most like mush mouth like
ooh woo type of dialogue. I don't know how else to put it. Oh, good god. Also, now we don't have beach bumps to get out. Oh wait, there's just that spawn. Respawn back up there. We got weird flying piranhas hanging around here now. Fireball spewing fish. Of course, you interrupted my combo, you jerk. Of course. I really shouldn't bother trying to risk it for the biscuit, should I? I don't think I ever brought up the different, like, innate colors you can see in the bottom left for the Opa fish be there. There are 6 different colors, each representing elements. Red's fire, blue's water and ice. Green is, like, plants and wind. Yellow is electricity and earth, which is kind of a weird combination. White's light, black is dark. And each of them are, well, basically weak and strong against their opposite. Like, blue and red do enhanced damage to each other, green and yellow do enhanced damage to each other, and same for white and blue. And each character, of course, has their own innate element, and they also get, like, a slight damage boost, I think, when using elements of their color. And, well, Rion's a white type, so he enhances all light magic kind of a thing, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you do get a damage bonus for using your elemental stuff. Oh joy, we got a feather. Everything with, like, that @ symbol next to it is basically stuff you use for crafting new weapons and armor. Aha! Snuck it out of your hands. I was about to say, I could have sworn, like, yeah, that one will actually try to jump on your head. For some sweet, sweet irony. Quick, get its scales! Right. Most of the, how do I put it, the animal parts, I guess you could call it, are like the secondary materials. The main materials are always, good god. Anyway, the main materials, it's basically always the, like the metal it's made out of. As I recall, the tiers start off at bone initially, then we got bronze, it's bronze, iron, and I think mithril. There's the stone weapons, but it's called like diadondrite, I think is what they use for that. And that's the fight, and then it goes up to rainbow. I got yet another ivory helmet. There. That's just me, or does it feel like our running speed is hella slow? And I should mention, if we go back out real second, this is my favorite background music in the game. I just love it. It looks so... I'm a ghost! There's only my head floating. Maybe we don't really get to listen to this song as much as I would like. We basically only get it, like, in the area around Arnie Village and Termina up there. Talk to people with portraits.
Oh, hi, are you new here? Lena, I think she's on the pier babysitting. She should be on the pier. Are you a friend of Lena's?
What? They don't recognize us. Aw, Muna's being mean.
Aw, sure, room looks different, sure, Rioni Poo. Mama Rioni Poo, did you redecorate? It looks a little depressing.
Oh gosh, you better not have touched my room. She did!
Oh, sure, looks like this room decorated too. Kind of looks like a junk room. It's so dusty in here.
You got mad jumping skills.
What are you doing here, man? This is my island. I'll let you rest here for a little while, man.
Made the Komodo dragons talk. They have enough sentience to form like communications and words and all that stuff, and we were just murdering them for their scales back on the beach. And
Ula, what are you doing in my house? My house is a playground for you kids. All right, go play outside. Who are you, mister? This is Rioni Poo's house, isn't it? Where is Mama Rioni Poo?
Who, Marge? Who the heck's that? I've lived in this house for 5 years now. Sorry, name doesn't ring a bell.
For 5 years? Is that true, mister? Oh, shoot, this is really, really weird.
Whatever with all your gibberish, man. Just get out of here. Man, that was a quick turnaround in the housing market there. You know, something weird's going on. Everyone's taking crazy pills.
Lena, so this is where you were. How could you just leave us and go back on your own? Go back on my own? What are you talking about, Poshaland? Who are you? Have we met before? Are you from Termina? Pashu, what are you saying, Lena? Hey, yeah, you! Don't be trying to pull any moves on our Lena, you jerk! Don't be silly, don't go swimming out too far now, you hear? Okay, gotcha.
Kids, I guess kids will be kids, says the 16-year-old.
Don't worry about them. You know, you look a lot like the boy who used to live next door to me. Why? Why do you want to know his name? That boy died. He drowned when he was very young. This all happened 10 years ago.
I feel like I don't know, how do I put this? Some kind of like shocked reaction or something should play out here, more so than the somber music.
Soon after, his mother passed away too.
Oh great, so her mom's dead too. Great way to find that out.
I was still very young back then, so I don't remember too well, but my mom says his name was... Rion.
I mean, then we had the reaction there, of all times.
You're Rion? Oh, stop that. That's not even funny. The boy's dead, don't you understand? That boy, I guess I kind of liked him. If that boy were still alive today, I wonder what would have become of us.
Well, you would be trying to get me to murder the local lizard population so that you could have a necklace.
Here's beer. Why am I opening up to you like this? Well, I guess there's no use thinking about the past. Not like Rion's going to come back. Mom always tells me I shouldn't dwell on lost loved ones. You can find his grave up on Cape Hal. Actually, why don't you go visit the gravesite? No one's been up there in a while. Well, I still have some chores to finish. Sorry I blew up at you like that. Goodbye, stranger.
Well, it's been one hell of a day. Clearly either we're taking crazy pills or the world's taking crazy pills. I recall if we go over here. A rainbow shell!
I'm sorry that's not for sale, but can I interest you in something else?
Curses. That's what we use to make the best weapons in the game. Well, as I recall, trying to make those was like a giant pain in the ass. Let me grab a few of these. Just like elements, all like there's 2 status ailments per color, I want to say. Like, as I recall, like, green has poison and what was the other one they had? Ah, damn it. Right, I can't remember what all the different, like, status ailments are. Oh well, I guess we'll figure that out eventually. What? Oh yeah, that's right. You can't open up the menu when you're on the world map and you have like an area's name popping up for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. Wait, what? Guess that's the autosave? Apparently it's a lot darker this time we're visiting Cape Howell. Electro Jolt. I recall that's a higher tier yellow. How many times have we done this fight already? I guess that's one other thing that always kind of bugged me about this game. This battle system is kind of freaking slow. Like, it takes forever for things to resolve. When it takes like 10 seconds per fireball you cast. And the spells, I mean, that's for like some of the simplest animations you have. Hey, is everything suddenly going like Matrix time? I was just complaining about things going slow, but it doesn't usually go that slow. What the hell? Oh. Accidentally hit L2. I'll explain it. Okay. It wasn't my PS5 suddenly having performance issue on a PS1 game. This like really feels like every battle you have in this game takes like over a minute to do. The level 2 spell, huh? I recall there is a green guy in the next fight we're about to go do. Although I recall that partial gets taken out for some reason so that we can have the full dramatic effect for when a certain someone pops up. Marshall, you go over there. You're not allowed to see my grave. Also, your entire design would ruin the drama. Some writing on the tombstone. Rest in peace, our beloved Rion died age 7. Nobody can take anything away from him, nor can anyone give anything to him. What came from the sea has returned to the sea. Okay. So you must be the ghost of the boy who died 10 years ago, Rion. Oh, Pepper just grunted Partial off the cliff. Sorry, Junior, but we have no biz with your friends. We're just after you. Be a good boy and come with us. What's your gosh? Do you think it is truly true that this chap is a ghost? He seems like a perfect young boy to me. Also, are we searching for the ghost of a 70-year-old? How would he have gotten older? Do ghosts age? I don't know if I like this. That doesn't matter. We found the boy here just as he said we would, didn't we? Now seize him! Hold your seahorses! As I do my terrible Australian accent here. Hey, Jesus. You gotta love how they stick that belt, like, on, right there on her, because if they didn't, she'd be panty flashing everybody. Hula. I think at that point I don't know, I think your skirt needs to be a little bit longer, girl. Or wear some, like, shorts or something under there. Out of the way, Missy. You don't want to get hurt now, do you? Shut your trap. You're the ones who better get out of the way. You have a problem? Do you have a shaken idea who you're dealing with, Missy? That's enough. Listen up, Junior. Our orders to take you in. We don't want to hurt you. You just come with us. Or else the tax on mine will have to do the talking. For crying out loud, would you just shut up and get on with it? I'm gonna kick your sorry arses so hard you'll kiss the moons. Fair enough. Leave us no choice. You'll regret this, Missy, as my hair's like really clipping into my clothes there. What's going on? There we go. We want to go after Salt first because he's got like the lowest stats, and really. So I recall, I just swear they had like a tutorial. Yeah, here it is. Sir, the innate element color attribute is white. Right, that does it. Quick, attack with the opposite element and attribute color, black. How unfortunate, sir. I do not seem to have any, sir. You, nincompoop, should always carry elements of every color. And how about you there? I'm shaking in my shoes to tell you this, sir, but I don't have any either. We'll have to let you, Sir Car, show us how it's done. Useless fools. Real men don't need magic when they fight with their might. Damn it. Yeah, she has magma bomb. A whole lot of fire. Didn't do that much damage, but I mean, at least it puts some damage on all enemies. Really? I always gotta at least miss once every attack string. Salt's almost dead. Oh my god, damn. Here we go. Yeah, the brothers are yellow, Karsh is green, that's why I brought Electro Jolt along with me. Didn't really use it on Pepor though. Oh, nice. God, everyone has like huge seizures whenever they use magic. Oh, right. Already though. Ow! Probably heal myself. Fortunately, Karsh is all alone now, so we won't be too bad to finish off. Damn it. Unfortunately, enemies, like, they don't play by the same rules we do when it comes to magic. Oh, I was about to cast Electro Bolt there. Anyway, like, they do not have to worry about running out of elements or anything. They just always can use whatever spells they got as many times as they want. Man, girl, you got a terrible level up. Apparently we yoinked his axe. Even though, like, everyone always comes with at least a bone tier weapon of their type. So it's not exactly like we need it. So Karsh, I say we shake it on out of here just so that we can live to fight another day. These aren't no ordinary brats we're dealing with. Damn cowards. As for you, Missy, we won't forget this.
Ooh, I'm so scared. I'll be happy to take you on any time. Think I'll lose a scum like you? Ha!
I am terrible at doing an Australian accent.
You alright, mate? Yeah, and your name's Rion, is it? Oh, my name's...
Good old kid. Not a fan of her character, honestly.
Call me Kid, nice to meet ya. I just couldn't stand by and watch those brooks gang up on you like that.
Why are you even around here? The only thing here is a freaking grave. The only reason that Carson, his buddy, showed up is because someone apparently told him that we were coming here.
They just pissed me the bloody hell off. Wish I could beat on them some more. But what was that mob after ya? What do you mean you never even met him before, eh? Oh, forget it. Hey Rion, how about you and me team up for a while? That Karsh fella ain't gonna just leave you alone, that's for sure. And to tell you the truth, I'm new to these islands. Pretty lonely traveling around here on my own, hee. So how about it, Rion? Maybe it was fate that we made up like this.
The correct answer is to refuse. You do not want to go with Kid, or you completely miss out on getting Lena.
Hang on. Are you telling me you're gonna refuse the company of a lonely, vulnerable, sweet little girl?
Are you trying to... I don't know what's your angle here, but I feel like... like going with you just became a worse idea. ...
You sure there, mate? You might live to regret it, you know.
No thanks.
Jeez, but have it your way, mate. I'll be heading up north to a town called Termina. It'll be getting pretty dark soon. Suggest you go find a place to shack up for the night. Don't want you to become Hecaram bait now. We'll see ya.
Hecaram was that kind of mini-boss you meet in the cave after you pick up magic. It was near, like, the village of the Mystics.
It was terrible. They should be kind to animals.
And now we're crashing at that one dude's place who took over our old house. Also, what the heck are we doing?
Rise to shine, everyone. A new day awaits. I'm glad I found you here, though. Rion, right? Kinda feels odd calling you that. You know, I've been thinking, maybe you had some kind of accident and hit your head. That's why your memory's all messed up. You're really someone else, but you think you're the Rion who died 10 years ago. Want to help you, I can't just leave you alone like this. And you don't seem like such a bad person either. You're planning to go to Termina, right?
We are? I mean, the only reason we have to do that is because Kid said she was going up to Termina. And we told her to fuck off and not leave us alone. So we really have no reason to go to Termina.
Then let me join you. I have some errands to run over there anyway.
This is another kind of issue this plot has at points where it's like, we really don't have any real reason to do anything aside from someone else telling us to say, hey, we really ought to go here, so let's go here, okay?
To tell you the truth, I feel like I've always known you. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Well, that's that. Shall we get going?
At that, Lena joins the party. And now we could change her name, which is kind of weird at this point. I mean, like, this is supposed to be our childhood friend. We've known her for years as Lena, but now we can, like, rename her to, like, what's an old internet meme for character names? Like, Dongs. Suddenly, our girlfriend Dongs will be joining up with us all of a sudden. And if you hadn't recruited Pauschal like I did back at the very start, Pauschal would join up with us right here.
Okay, let's head to Termina. Pauschal full speed ahead.
At this point, we would have a full party. It is kind of a huge dick move how the game really, really wants you to go with Kid, but doing so makes it so that you can't recruit an entire character into your party. Admittedly, there's like over 40 characters in this game that you can get. So my god, this game has a bad case of character bloat. Especially when you consider the fact that, you know, this is a full party, 3 characters only, and Rion is permanent. You cannot remove him from the party. So we have 2 whole slots to swap characters around in, and 45 characters that can fill that spot. Yeah, that's just some horrible bloat going on there. And apparently, instead of getting into fishing, this guy got into the hoodoo voodoo that you do. I recall each of these also have like an art of longevity from Ari the cat, not. Need a sacred lickaroo from Licky the cat, not. What was that? The beam of light from Lasery the cat, not. Dude, you have some freaky ass statues going on in here. Oh, hello there, I've just finished praying. Here, take a look. It's called Mojo. It's a good luck charm from Far East. Isn't the only town to the east Chorus? Like that place where you had to like, that's where Glenn's like side quest was to power out the Masamune because the ghost of Cyrus was haunting it. That's like as far east, the only place that could be considered the Far East, because farther east of that is the mainland continent with like Guardia and all that. So where the heck did you get this, dude? Can you feel the love and affection oozing from it? It's just such an amazing messenger of love and courage. Think about it, my brother, how our everyday lives are controlled by uncertainty and fear. Our spent yesterdays and our uncertain tomorrows, how we live a meaningless today. This holy item filled with prayers protects and supports us. Come, my brother, let's pray together and bring peace of mind to our hearts. Where can you find true love and peace of mind? Mojo Jojo! Okay, yeah, now we're back in... Oh, damn it, I accidentally hit L2 again. I'm gonna keep doing that, aren't I? So yeah, this is why we got the shark tooth. This is a tooth from a ferocious lion shark. Look at the size of this thing. Judging from the size, baby must have been a good 15 feet. Don't tell me you're the one who caught it. No, man, it was you in an alternate dimension. What'd you say, another me? So the other me who became a fisherman asked you to give this to me? No, he didn't. What are you talking about? That's not. There's only one me. How can there be another me out there? There was a point in my life when I thought about becoming a fisherman. That was a good 10 years ago. Couldn't do it. Gave up that path. Right then and there, I just gave up. I don't care what you say. This is the path I chose, and I don't regret it. Said you can't just change the way you live in the blink of an eye. Now would you please put that thing away and leave me alone? And now when we try to leave... Oogum, hold on a second there. What was that? For some reason this guy makes me think of... I can't remember his name, but the witch doctor dude from Banjo-Kazooie. Love is always in the air. It's just that no one notices. You're Mojo? Jojo? I am Mojo Jojo, and I bring good fortune. Oogum. This can't be happening. How in the... Mojo, I said... Oh, why did I read that? I'm a dumbass. I sense some kind of purpose. Seems like fun, so I will join you. Wait a second. There's nothing droll about me. Just a word of advice. Stop running and come face to face with your life. A messenger of love and courage I am. That's why I am completely set up like a voodoo doll and general curse like causing implement. I'm lucky, I'm lucky, I'm lucky. Uh-huh. I just realized we actually have more spots for our like how big of a name a character can have. There used to be only 6. I already know what I'm naming him. Damn it, I did it again. God damn it. Ujo Jojo joined the party! Now we can actually kick Poshel out of the party. Even though, honestly, as I recall, Mojo really isn't all that good. His stats generally suck. Oh, why do I keep accidentally triggering that? No, wait, it go like... Yeah, here we go. There we go. Now, Poshel has no elements, and we can just slap him on. Slap on a heal. Oh, she doesn't come with any crap. At least get her a basic, like, water attack. So, I guess we'll pick up a couple aqua beams. There we go. Lena is actually a pretty strong caster type. Because she's one of the better ones. I remember, can we actually go up here? Oh, we can actually go up here already. We're not supposed to. This is like almost the end of the game kind of a place to go to.
In the old days, many of my friends and fellow believers would come here to worship. It was quite lively, particularly during the festival seasons. How I miss those days. Years ago, these falls were considered a holy place by the worshippers of the divine dragon faith. And hordes of humans began to migrate to these islands, and we were pushed into the outlying regions. The cultural takeover that ensued, the spiritual significance of places such as these were soon forgotten. I don't actually understand some of this bullshit that they're talking about here with the demi-humans and all that. Like, they claim, like, this is their land and they were forced out by humans, but that's gotta be bullshit. Because for those who don't know, this entire region is freaking man-made. It's made by the future people in Chronopolis. It's literally been created by humans. So why is it that they, like, did they make it and then they had the demi-humans populate it?
Yeah, we can't actually do anything here. It's just so weird. Once that little tidbit gets, like, revealed, a whole lot of stuff just does not make sense. I think we can actually go and get... we can head over the hydro marshes. This highly poisonous area, like, all the green water will, like, damage us if we touch it. Several years ago, when all the hydra died off, this woodland became covered with a thick fog, and the water became polluted and acidic. The real cause was us humans killing out the flora and fauna. I hope we don't come to regret the destruction we caused. And welcome to one of the big freaking, this game is highly environmental, but again, it goes around to becoming kind of bullshit once you realize the actual, like, source of this world. Like, it's weird. What are you guys doing walking around these marshes such like damage? Don't expect to save you when you die of poisoning. I recall, I think it's up here. We can grab it. No, I guess. Our first save point. Is it you? Hey, you gotta be crazy to walk around this forest without protective gear. Have an extra set with me. Take him this way, you'll be able to walk through the marsh without getting hurt. Damn, and now we can travel the marsh without any worry. Watch out for the monster lurking deep within the forest. We haven't actually explored these parts yet. We don't know how to get there. As I recall, we can't really do that anyway. We're gonna go deeper in the forest. You need the proper equipment. That means to control the strange plants. Yeah, that's right. Those weird, like, weird tentacle-like plants. Yeah, we need to get a special item in order to mess with those. Yeah, our health isn't looking too bad. I recall a lot of enemies around here like causing poison. We only have a few antidotes, so it wouldn't really be worth it to fight them. Just feel like coming here to grab that early. Oh joy, a tablet. And we can't actually go up that way. Old one-way slopes. It's killing my frame rate. Oh hey, that's a green attack. Yeah, this is the important one. Try to mess with it. Smack. Yeah, this time I don't have the slow thing on. Are you all right, Rionome? The toxin levels seem higher here than at the entrance plant, but have mutated, It's also kind of weird, like, this is all supposed to happen because the Hydra gets killed. And there is, like, well, like, during one of the route splits, you can actually, like, fight the Hydra boss. But the thing is, like, like a highly poisonous, dangerous monster. Like, the thing breathes and exudes poison in all ways and all that. But apparently it dying is what causes more poisons to show up. But does it, like, is it supposed to, like, eat the poisons? Is that what's preventing it? Because it feels like it should be doing the opposite. Our excavation is nearly complete. Just stick to the low path and make your way through. We have some of our men working on the high ground, so do not interfere with their work. And yes, Lena fights using... oh wait, no. Recall. You don't want to attack the Bubba Dingoes, you want to go after the Mama Dingo first. Because if you harm the Bubba Dingoes or kill them, they'll it'll get pissed off and then like buff itself up heavily and then start kicking your ass. Apparently we're monsters that are killing a bunch of little baby doggies that are just playing around with each other. They're there. They really hate that guy and just want him dead. Oh my god. Can I please land a freaking 80% with some consistency? It really feels like I can't. I keep missing even 90%. What's up with that? And yeah, I'm trying to avoid using my elements so that we can, like, fully heal ourselves from our stint in the poison marsh. Oh, damn it. Ow! I guess I could always just, you know, straight up cast it. Not exactly like that would be wasting it, right? Way better now. I actually got a pretty nice HP boost there, nice. Why does the frame rate keep having stutters? You're investigating supernatural phenomena up there. It is off limits. Hey, are you the exorcist we sent for? Ah, great. Thought you'd be a little older. I mean, just point to Mojo Jojo. Clearly, we have some spiritual powers going on. Please make your way up the rope ladder. Are you the exorcist? You're hungrier than I expected. Hey, wait, do you hear that howling coming from over yonder? All we want you to do is stop that noise. Don't believe in ghosts, but go do what you have to do. Hey, Jesus. It's hopping out right at us.
Nyah, nyah, nyah. Looks like I'm causing quite a stir. I've been waiting forever for someone like you. And I know, you and I are both dead, eh?
They really love to try to claim that they're, like, in a spiritual sense, we're supposed to be dead, but that's not how alternate dimensions work.
I don't know how I ended up like this. Don't have a body and don't remember a thing. You understand what I'm going through, don't you? But I have a feeling everything will come back to me once I find my body parts. So how about it? Will you help me find my body? Yuck, 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 yeah? I'm heavier than I look, but I hope you don't mind. And don't swing me around too much. I'll start feeling nauseous.
Great, we got a skeleton skull. That's what I always wanted. And I swear, trying to get Skelly is, like, stupid long. Like, he's got, like, body parts across, like, most of the islands in this world have a piece of him somewhere. Someone really hated his ass. I mean, seriously, they killed him, dismembered him, and then spread his remains across, like, the entire region. How much you have to hate a guy to do that? You ain't the boss of me! And we go down here and we can grab this big egg. And the dodo freaks the hell out. As I recall, he's from a type of enemy where basically if you cast an element on him, he will flip his shit and basically be trying to end your ass. So don't, especially with Mojo.
Yeah, he hits kind of hard.
Forgot how sturdy this sucker was. His one attack and his his light and his heavy do the exact same damage. What the hell? Boink. No one was doing any damage is Rion. Mojo might as well just keep using ones. I don't remember this guy having that much HP. Oh, now he's almost dead. I wish Mojo would do his other three. That one! He sticks his nail in the ground and then he spin kicks a fool in the face. Great. Eventually hit you, damn it. There we go. The big egg is for unlocking a character way down the line. Usually one of the ones I use, mainly because it's a cute dragon. Oh yeah, and this thing is an enemy too. Again, rather random. Oh goddamn, we just ran into yet another freaking... Oh boy, okay, maybe not. Really? Got a trophy for running away. Oh, look who it is again. Oh, I didn't equip Bushwhacker.
Shake it! We can't just shake it on back to the manor like this. We failed in our mission. That was awfully awful back there, Pepper. I want a rematch. By the way, do you remember what kind of outfit he was shaking? Just something justly like that, Papa. Or Pepper. Oh, you remember? So he looked like that, huh? Actually, it is him, Pepper. So, you're sure about that? Wonderfully wonderful timing, Pepper. Let's shake it. We're really gonna shake it to you this time.
You can tell by the music that this is a totally serious boss battle.
This time I made sure to bring a black element with me, Pepper. Good work. We'll shake it on up and attack him with it. Affirmative, Pepper.
Does that mean he forced us to wear blackface? That's not very culturally sensitive there, Salt.
No, dearie dear. That was no black attack element you used just now. It was a black element that makes your foe more susceptible to attacks of the opposite color attribute, white, wasn't it? I'm afraid you're right. How terribly terrible. You did bring a white attack element with you, did you? If you didn't bring one with you, you're more stupid than I thought. How awfully awful. I'm afraid I didn't, Pepper.
Yes, there are elements that exist that will swap your... Oh, whoops, I did it. Oh shit. Okay, that's not good. Salt is still way easier to take out than Pepper. Yeah, that is a pretty good damage against someone that is that color. And now he's already almost dead. That's not good, now is it? There he goes. Oh, come on, Lena never even got a chance. Ow! It's also really, really bad if you let people, like, die at this point. Well, in boss fights, since we have no way of reviving them. And, well, that means they don't get the huge stat bonuses from the getting the gross stars things. You gotta ruin my fun, don't you? And miss, of course. To see what kind of damage she can do with Aqua Beam. Or not! Didn't think it was that low. Yeah, we got Star 3. Which is actually an important one because that star is the one that gives us our unique abilities. We got some copper and an uplift. Retreat! Let's shake it all out of here! Well, that was silly. And now since we actually did that whole dungeon, we can now just pass freely through it. Which is nice. I didn't actually realize that as a kid and actually went through the full frickin' dungeon every time I wanted to go back to Arnie.
Sorry, I'm totally out of bellflowers. There's a big ruckus down in the Fossil Valley. Men from the Dragoons were setting roadblocks up in the valley. I'll get some in a few days, so come back again then.
Ah, Glenn. The character that everybody, like... I remember first playing this and everyone talking about him was like... trying to figure out how he relates to Frog from Chrono Trigger, but he's completely unrelated.
You have my sincerest apology. As I understand, we are here to protect you as Acacia Dragoons. Those knights should be done with their work shortly. Oh, that's right. Can get my flowers from other places too. Never mind that. I haven't seen Karsh around here lately. How is he doing? Well, he said he was going ghost hunting down south. I'm just a private, so I do not know for certain, but I heard a rumor that Lord Viper ordered him to go. The ghost? Now that is something. Just hope it's not a sign of coming disaster. If you ever see him, give him my regards. I will do that. Now I'll be back too.
What's funny is that Glenn never really has big plot. Like, he's never really does much in the plot, so that scene right there is entirely superfluous outside of establishing Glenn is, like, nice and polite, and that he knows Karsh. Now, as I recall, if you... Yeah, here we go. If we do this, Kid will actually comment on this in the scene coming up where we run into her. This is like the only instay I will probably use.
God, you're slow. You're making me wait forever. Making a lovely lady like... Aha, so that's it. I get it. This Sheila over here is your sweetie, eh? I'm right, ain't I? No need to be shy. I'm not so bold to break up a lover's tender moment. I'm understand. Wait until your little date's over. But geez, to go straight to the end with the young girl. You're pretty slick for such an innocent-looking boy.
See?
And then have a bloody good time.
Although, like, why are you getting pissed off? We never agreed to meet you here. We told you to screw off earlier.
Oh, isn't this the Element shop, I think? Hey, Lena, long time no see. How are you? Since when did you have a boyfriend? It's not fair to keep me out of the loop. It's nothing like that. He's my cousin. Isn't that right, Grione?
Oh, that would make things even weirder between us.
Oh, so she's your girlfriend, hmm? Well, if you still want to go on a date, that's cool with me. Oh, Lisa, stop that nonsense. Before I forget, this is for you. Mom told me to say hi. Oh, thank you. Thank your mom for me. Anyway, how can I help you today? Don't expect any special deals just because we're friends. Oh hey, we can pick up Ice Lance. An Arrow Saucer. Got plenty of yellow. We'll at least grab the one of each of the ones we don't have. Oh yeah, for the abilities we just picked up. Rio gets Dash and Slash. It does what it implies. Those mojos. Voodoo Dance! Perform a mystic dance and curse your foes. She gets Maiden Dance. Slap that hurts, but oh yeah, I remember that attack. She really just slaps the taste out of someone's mouth with that. Master Viper, I'm here to polish your statue again.
Dude, should you really be doing that in public? And yes, we have to talk to this guy to continue the plot.
Alright, all squeaky clean's got to be extra clean for the coming festivities. Have you folks come to see the Viper Festival? Terminus peaceful thanks to the watchful eye of Master Viper. At times warm, at times strict, Master Viper watches over us always. That said, of course, the real Master Viper resides in the manor along with his Acacia Dragoons. If you allow me to brag a little bit, I was invited to the manor a while back.
Sweet Jesus, dude, we just walked up and said hi.
It is a magnificent place. If there is a heaven on earth, that would be it.
I would disagree. I've seen this place.
The manor is beautiful and its designs incorporate the surrounding terrain to its advantages, making it an impenetrable fortress. On top of that, there are powerful soldiers standing guard in front of the main gates who can destroy any monster with just one blow. Well, an upright citizen like myself might be invited to the manor's garden parties, but not so for you folks. The most you will get is a cold reception from the gate guards. Ho ho ho.
Okay.
Alright, that's settled. We gotta sneak into Viper Manor.
We do? Why? I mean, yeah, Karsh came after us, but it's also like, is this the best move for us to make here? Like, we came here with no real, plan in general.
You gotta find out what the Cassia Dragoons are up to, right? And why that Karsh bloke was trying to capture you. Got some business there as well, so I'll go along with you. How about it, Rion?
Unfortunately, this is a put-down must, and we do have to go. We can't refuse to let Kid join up again, but we might as well at this point.
It's the obvious choice, right? According to the grandpa here, the Viper Manor's a bloody big place, which also means it'll be easy to break into.
Is that really how that works?
There's gotta be more than one way, and if we don't plan this right, it'll cost us our lives. Oh yeah, Ron, I'll leave this in your hands, just in case. It's a teleporter. This is a real handy gadget. It allows you to exchange party members from afar. The way you use it is... forget it. Check it out yourself. I hate explaining the details.
Guess we got the ability to swap our party members now. And now we are up to 5 characters. And we'll just swap Mojo Jojo out for her. But you know, she is kind of on the cover of the game, so might as well use her, you know? And Lord knows that freaking, Lena's way better than anybody else we got. I don't know, is there a way to... Guess not. And of course, she still has all of her fireballs. And she is the team thief. The way that works, as I recall, is it's like her odds of stealing are whatever her, like, heavy attack accuracy is. You know it. The heal. There we go, got a bit more color in her palette. Oh yeah, and all of Skelly's bones are actually only found in another world. I guess makes sense. So this is his grandma. Hey Jesus, what's going on with your hair, lady? Now we gotta figure out our way into the mansion, and we have 3 options. Each come with a unique character, and we miss out on the other 2, based on, you know, who we don't take. My name is Guile. I'm having a certain bet with the fortune teller by the bridge. If I can bring the item of proof from the manor within a week, I shall win. If I cannot, I shall lose, but... As there is a trick behind any mysterious magic, so there is no such thing as an impregnable fortress in this world. A toast to my coming victory! So a business at the manor as well. Interesting. Gambling is a lot more interesting with higher stakes. What we need now is a seasoned sailor and a sturdy boat to cross the rough waters. If you can find one, leave the rest to me. I will guide you to Viper Manor. What will it be? So option 1 is Guile here. He's noteworthy as a character because, like, originally he was supposed to be Magus from Chrono Trigger. But that got lopped out of his character, so he is no longer that. He's just some random magician dude. And that's all there is to his character. He has nothing else to him. You're forced to watch this.
Hello there, come and see for yourself. This is the prize of all prize, a rare catch, a live mermaid. This is what you call real treasure. Remember that, kids? Unfortunately, the one isn't for sale. She's my most valuable item.
So apparently demi-humans can be bought and sold as slaves? Even though, I mean, they have their whole villages and they live with humans too over in, like, Goldove, I think that was the name of the place.
So what do you think? This is some stuffed animal, or I think she was really alive. Her pure, clear skin like it's made from crystal, her gem-like eyes, she's the ultimate collector's item. Ooh, Major's creations are indeed great, such a beautiful thing. Is this thing really alive? Hey, come on, look over this way. Oh, how beautiful she is.
And there's Korcha. You're throwing rocks at kids.
Hey, you think this is fun? How would you feel if you were trapped in a tank like that, being stared at every day, huh?
He's supposed to be like Jamaican, I think.
Next, Korcha, run! Korcha, not you again. Don't go bothering my customers. There's no place for the likes of you. Just leave. Just shut up. What customers? You're selling a bunch of bull. Why didn't you keep the tank in cover when I showed up? Hey, everybody, the shop is a bunch of baloney. Shut your mouth. Don't say such ridiculous things. Get back to your demi-human friends. I wouldn't take that from a sleazebag like you. Hey, you guys, you're not from around here, eh? Don't you wander around too much or you're gonna get burned. Just watch your back.
God, I can't do a good Jamaican accent. Korcha isn't route locked to from these options. He is who we need for the boat that Guile was talking about.
That's Korcha. He's from Goldo. Wonder why he hangs around here in Termin all the time. Didn't mess with the likes of him. I tell you, he's nothing but trouble.
I will agree that he's kind of a douche. As a kid, I actually kept like running into this wall up here because I thought this was like kind of looked like stairs. And this is where Korcha hangs out.
Brings you here. There are only shrines here. Shouldn't disturb the resting peace of the place of the brave. No place for outsiders to roam around. Don't mean to be harsh, but if you had no business, leave here now.
You say that, but you're not exactly stopping us. Oh hey, look, there's Glenn. When there was like a dude around. Oh no, wait, we can't recruit him here until like much later. Well, at least after Viper Manor.
So she was out of flowers. That is unfortunate. Then let us pray without any flowers for today. Hmm?
Is that a bellflower you have there? Would you be so kind as to give it to us? We need a bellflower for our prayer. Let's just not be a douche for free. Are you sure? I thank you deeply.
Please let me offer you my gratitude as well. The soul that rests beneath this sword loved this flower in life. That is why we always bring someone we pray here.
The sword there, it doesn't really look like it's stuck in the ground. It kind of looks like it's just laying down there, doesn't it?
Dario, here's a bellflower that you used to love so much. Oh, soon the flower's seed shall sprout, grow leaves and bloom flowers everywhere. And we shall age another year while you remain the same in memory. Father, brother. It's such a mystery. The sword never rusts even when left in the rain. Seems as if the souls of its masters live within it. Do you not think so, Glenn?
Yes, I have engraved in my memory the lives of my father and brother who had wielded the sacred sword Einlanzer. You know, if it's such a great sword, why is it just being used as a grave marker? You think someone else would be wielding it at some point.
Let us hope that is true.
What do you mean by that, Miss Riddle? I cannot allow even you to...
Do you not think there is something odd about the Dragoons of late? Daddy's face shows such anguish. Even Karsh was saying he was sent on a ghost hunt.
Wait, who said that? I mean, if it was Glenn, why didn't it show his character portrait like usual?
Hero has been acting oddly ever since the beastly guests arrived at the manor. Then promise me, as always, to always keep the unclouded truth in sight. Do not be swayed by the masses. The splendor of the Einlanzer must not be tarnished.
As you wish.
Oh, forgive me. I just found it a little awkward to hear you say such words.
Miss Riddle, a chill wind has risen. Shall we return to the manor?
Yes, of course.
So we just awkwardly stand here. Wait, isn't it a dead end over there? Oh no, wait, I think that leads to Korcha over there. Yeah, it does. I guess Riddle does have a bit more plot significance than Glenn does. But with her being, you know, the daughter of the leader of the land, that we're trying to figure out why he wants to mess with us and all that. You go there. Oh, wait. I think up here we can actually get. I can't remember what it is, but it's an accessory that we can easily get some iron materials out of. Oh, wait. I think it's hidden behind the staircase, maybe? Lucky Cat, Lucky Charm the Lucky Cat. What? Yep, here we go. Profiteer Purse. If you have it equipped, you get like a minor amount of gold, like, from every fight. Well, I should say a minor, like, I think it's a 10% boost to gold drops. Father, this is not it. Something is missing. I think Bonnie looks even more angsty in this character portrait than in the original. I believe I'm on the right track, though. What is your opinion? I think it's good. But is it art? What would you know? Father, when did you come home? Van's father, go. Do you get it? I came back just a moment ago. The ship docked ahead of schedule. How have you been? After a short break, I should be on my way again. Oh, Father, off on another business trip? Yes, that's right. There's another important business opportunity. I should be gone for a while again. Why don't you pay less and start studying accounting for a change? You'll never make a living off of painting. If there's anything you need, tell the maid. She shall give you some money. Well, I'm off. Father promised to go see the festival with me. He does not really care about the promises he makes. Angst! I think that's it for here. I have no idea how much I'm resisting there to just keep swapping on this, and oh god, we look like such goofs running around like that. Welcome, this here's the official blacksmith of the Acacia Dragoons. You carry only the best goods, come and take a look. Yeah, this is where we can make some new weapons and all that stuff. Copper would obviously be a great one for Rio to upgrade his stuff, but if I just go like this, disassemble. Yeah, basically everything we get can be like disassembled and like, well, basically you'd never really lose any of the materials for this kind of stuff. When you disassemble it, you basically get everything back that you would have made it out of, kind of a deal. The only thing you're out is the money. And money really isn't that big of an issue as long as you just keep fighting. And bam! Now we got ourselves a weapon we really shouldn't have yet. Oh god, there are so many freaking glove wielders in this game. I think they're the #1 type of fighter in this game. Yeah, that's right, she needs carapaces for her upgrades. Why do you need an eyeball to make a rod? I think I might as well just make a copper dagger for Kid. Kid doesn't last long at the party. She ditches after Viper Manor. So we might as well pick up the copper. I'm pretty sure this is the weapon for the guy I'm planning on using for the upcoming dungeon. Oh, I don't have the cash for it. Whoops.
Having it with you, we've been out of it for the longest time. We could make stronger items if only we had iron.
And that puts us up 5 attack and 2% in our accuracy. On top of that, it actually changes how we look. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Like, it's supposed to be like 2 connected blades, but like the middle section kind of disappeared there. Okay, I also find this kind of funny. Both Lena and Kid are the same height. Kid weighs 6 pounds more than Lena, but Lena's build is ordinary, while Kid's is slender. But I think we all know who's paying for top billing on the stat sheets here, you know? Probably hand out a helmet. Since she is going to be with us for the next dungeon, but that's it. And there's Zappa. Here's our option number 2.
Swordmanship is is as beautiful as a rose. The rouge ambition hidden beneath its beauty. Ah, these words fit moi perfectly. Oh, pardon me, monsieur. Moi forgot to introduce myself. Mon name is Pierre. I'm renting this room from Monsieur Zappa. I'm on my way to this General Viper soon. From what I hear, there's a vacancy among the 4 devils of the Acacia Dragoons. I can't do a French accent either. Such a position is perfect for such a splendid swordsman as moi. One graceful flash of mon sword will surely have them saluting moi as a guest of honor. But I have lost mon precious medal symbol of heroism. Without it, I will certainly be turned away at the gate. Sacre bleu, what am I to do?
So yeah, he's option 2. His medal is actually pretty close. It's, as I recall, this kid has it.
Found something super. Ah, it's cool, ain't it? Shiny metal on my chest suits me perfectly. I know someone who's looking for that. I'd be a thief if I didn't return lost items. I want to be a hero, not a thief. Okay, here you go.
So yeah, we can give that to him, and then he'll say, okay, we go together to the front gates, and then we have a big boss fight at the front gates to try to get into the manor. Also, I should state, Pierre sucks. Like, seriously, all of his, like, his stats are really freaking low. Over here, because where the ship of the Radical Dreamers is. Who do we talk to get Mickey to show up? First time visit Terminus, we wander around town promoting the band. Lively town, food's great, all in all, pretty nice place. Concert success seems almost guaranteed, but just between us, the main star Nicky is missing. Have you seen him around? Found him in a daze quite a few times lately. It's like he's here in body, but not in spirit. Cocaine will do that to a man. Man, without him, we're pretty stuck. We can't even start rehearsing for the show. Mickey's supposed to be back soon from searching, but... oh, there she is. Mickey, how was it? Did you find him? She has a much happier looking portrait than she did in the original. She was like old downtrodden, looking pretty sad in hers, in the original. Nah, it's no use. I was able to track him up till he went into the Shadow Forest, but there were knights guarding the entrance to the place and I couldn't get in. Besides, I really didn't want to be in those creepy woods on my own. There's supposedly a way into Viper Manor at the end of the forest, but what is that idiot trying to do? See, so he definitely went into Shadow Forest. Hey, I know, you guys can help me out. I'll lure the knights away from the entrance, then you can go into the forest and find Nicky. Pretty please, would you help out a pretty girl in distress? Rock on! Really? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Okay, let's get moving. So yeah, this is the option I'm taking. Nicky is like... oh, for one, he has probably the biggest, like, dungeon associated with trying to get into Viper Manor. Giles is just climbing up a cliff face while some guard plays Donkey Kong with us. Nikki's is going through the Shadow Forest, and Pierre's is just straight up a boss fight at the front of the front gate. Also, Nikki has a bit more plot going for him than any of the others. Pierre and Guile might as well be dead after Viper Manor for how the plot treats them. Actually, that's basically how the game treats most characters in this game. Usually, once a character joins up with the party, the plot doesn't care about them anymore. They will never really be brought up ever again. Who's like you mean it? Oh god, Lena, you're wearing socks with sandals. How could you? Hey, why is Kid hurt? At what point did Kid get injured? We got extendo limbs, okay. Oh, come on. Gotta get a combo off. Go to a different target then. Yeah, the others would eventually like to get a turn 2 game. There we go. Bonk. And obviously, Rion's doing crazy damage at this point because he has a weapon he really shouldn't. I recall we don't actually get any kind of like... How do I put it? We don't really get anything in the way of iron in the Viper Manor. Hey look, there he is. And there's nothing really up here. Okay. There's a connect. Come on. Yeah, land your hit so I can show off your Maiden's Hand. Your Pimp Hand is strong. Damn it. Oh, great, it's another trio fight. Damn. Here, not a fan of Lena in this fight, apparently. God, I have so many misses. Oh god, where'd the ground go? Why only they getting some freaking stat ups here. Listen to my song! Oh, sweet sister of mine! Damn it! He's running around singing to whatever that is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's coked out of his mind. And another uplift. I got like 3 of those now. Damn it, you demons! Can't fend them off alone. God, how many frames of animation do those guys have on the overworld there? It's like 5 total. These guys do not like rock and roll. Yes, his weapon is indeed a freaking guitar. When's it gonna be our turn? There we go, finally. Oh no, wait, they are innate yellow. Would this work? Was that 99? Oh, yep, she got it. Yay, an ivory mail. You know, that thing that pretty much all the characters come with by default? Very nice. Reown tier damage. And apparently that was worth a gross star. We got another level 1 slot, it looks like. And a whole bunch more uplifts. Would say the game's trying to tell us something, but we don't really have any yellow bosses for a while. What's with him? What the hell's this thing? He's fast asleep. What do we do now? Kill it in his sleep? I mean, why not? It's you! What's this? Nice attitude, freak! We saved your life! You could at least thank us! You're not the Vapor Manor, right? Take me with ya! Who the bloody hell are you? I think I recognize you from a poster in Termina! If you actually look at the posters in Termina, you can actually see it says Slash on them, because that's what his name originally was. But the Chrono Trigger changed the name of, well, what was it? Vinegar, Mayo, and something for Slash, Ozzy, and Flea. That was their original names. But since we now have another Slash, we kind of need to change his name for this Marilyn Manson looking dude. I have heard someone say that they thought he was like Ziggy Stardust more, but I don't know. I always saw him as Marilyn Manson. And no, wait, I'm saying that right? Yeah, Charles Manson is the serial killer. Marilyn Manson is the singer, right? Oh God. And well, what business do you have in the manor? I believe my sister is in there. Your sister? Anyway, I let you in on a secret if you let me join your party. How about it? Nah. No! I said no just for that. I'm tagging along whether you like it or not. Nikki forces way into your band. You're breaking up the band, Yoko! How about a song? No thanks. Oh, fine. Alright, so what's the secret you want to tell us? In order to get inside Viper Manor, you have to go up through the water vein further up. But there's a monster blocking the way. In order to move it, you need to feed it to one of the monsters in the forest. Wasn't quite sure how to lure one to it, but then I found this notebook. You have to lure the monster with their favorite food. Favorite food? It's probably talking about the plant life growing in this forest. The plants are attracted to a certain aroma that emits their pollen. There are a total of 3 monsters in total, each of which has its own preference in food. Staying by the port and terminate. Call me anytime. Now that's that. Now for a song. Alright, let's get going. Hey, wait for me! I thought he was forcing himself into the party, not... Yeah. Oops. Let's just call him Manson. Not like he'll ever really be in the party past this, past the Viper Manor dungeon. Did I recall you? I'm pretty sure you have to take him along. Same with Kid. Unfortunately, Lena has to leave the party. First, now I have to take off all of Lena's. Sorry girl, I prefer you, but the game speaks and says we have to use this guy. What happens if we use auto-allocate? What do we get? Yeah, I guess it's not too bad. I guess I wouldn't put fire on him, really. Oh, we got another rank 1 slot. Gonna have one of the many uplifts I've got. Do have a rank 2 slot too. You can kind of see that our element list is starting to really fill up. Don't want the green one. As I recall, it's the red one. If you get it, air quotes, wrong with one of the other colors, it just, you just have to get into, yeah, this one. You have to fight, wait. Oh, whoops, I'm a dumbass. I forgot to get the aroma satchel thing in here. But yeah, red is the right one, which of course is the one right back at the start of the area. There we go. This is the old notebook they was talking about. In order to wake up the monster blocking the path, aroma pouching. Check on the plant life. Some of the plants will be attracted to the aroma. Monsters of the forest, they eat the pollen given off by these plants. Use the pollen to lure these monsters to the monster blocking the path. If you wake it up, all you have to do is defeat it. But in my case, it defeated me. It's a helpful note for anyone who wishes to get through. The pile of bones is one different from the rest. And we got our first skelly bone. That's right, I was always pissed off about something, nyuk. I think I was angry at myself for having no talent. Everyone would just laugh at me or mock me. I hated myself. Sure, you ain't interested. Let's just get going. Oh, we found... I think there's 5 or 6 pieces of skelly we have to collect. And we got the red one. God damn it. We had to go around that. It doesn't only have to deal with random encounters while trying to do this frickin' side quest thing. That's what you get. I feel I must show off this attack. Damage was less than Surge or Lena was pulling out, but it is him freaking breaking a guitar over his opponent's head, which is kind of great. First, the one we want is all the way back at the start. Oh, okay, it is following us. Oh, crap. Damn it. If we're not careful and move too slow, it'll actually eat it and wander its way back. But if we're too fast, it loses interest. Gotta be careful here. Oh yeah, don't we have a way to turn off random encounters? Was that the thought? Can we pilfer off of you? She hit that 87%. Oh, just a tad late. So I guess now that I think about it, there are only 3 kinds of, well, item types in this game, I guess is the best way to put it. There's the key items that you can't really interact much with. Then there's the crafting items, and then there's the elements. That's all there is to this game. Good wake. Did they change it? Doesn't really seem like it's gaining ground on it, does it? We got it, and because we picked correctly, we don't have to fight this thing. I have to defeat this thing to get through! Or not. Scribble, scribble. What? I'll give you this. Please forgive me. You shouldn't have. Bye bye, bye bye. Don't really remember it being all that tough to fight. The thing. This path leads to Viper Manor. Sure thing, Lord Humongous. Whatever your business may be, I cannot let you through. Oh god, my knees. I am Zoa, one of the 4 devils of the Acacia Dragoon. So, you are Rion. This should be interesting. I shall let you pass if you're able to defeat me. Come! Here we go again. It's them again, those tough guys. You said you brought Shaking the Awesome Element with you, didn't you? I have a brilliant element this time, Pepper. It's a new summoning element. Shake it, sounds good. They really aren't. And also, this is a mechanic thing that doesn't show up for a long ass time. And then shake a leg. Hurry up and use it on these mod helix. Affirmatively affirmative. Here I go, Pepper. Nothing happened. Wonder what went wrong. Oh, I forgetfully forgot. You can't use the summoning element until all the field effect attributes are the same color. You muddlehead. Well then, hurry up and turn all the field elements attributes the same color and try again. But Pepper, you can't use the same element twice in the same battle. Any foolishly fool knows that. Oh my god, Soul, can't you do anything right? Are you clowns finished with your comedy act yet? I almost killed frickin' Salt with one combo here. Poke? Yep. Actually. Damn it. Okay, good. They didn't hit Kid. Getting hit is what resets, like, your built-up accuracy, I guess is the best way to put it. I stole his knee pads. As I recall, that's a accessory that boosts your defense. At least he didn't cast Strengthen right from the get-go. Rock on! Damn, hitting his weakness did a ton of damage. Actually, I guess that's our first level 3 I've actually used there. As you might imagine, because Salt and Pepper were here, this is more of a tutorial than an actual fight. I'm kind of surprised that didn't finish him off. Damn it, Manson has, well, low stamina regeneration, apparently. Yay! They're just throwing these things at us now, and damn, that's a lot of HP. The others did not get nearly as good a deal, I think. Hey, another Electro Jolt. Better than all the uplifts, which we also got there. Very well, I shall let you pass. I also will not report to my bosses that we have intruders or anything like that. Away! What did I touch? We're fighting Gloop. Really likes to go all spiky. He'll almost be dead, I think. Yep, I was right. I do wish the characters actually had, like, I don't know, actual, like, victory poses kind of things. A free magma bomb. Remember, what do these weird-ass cricket things drop? God, Manson only... he's like... almost 40 less HP than the rest of us. Yeah, to smack me, didn't he? Of course. Freaking Gyaraday. Oh, God. You? Killing you for that. Hey, we could actually use the water summon if we had it now. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. Casting summons actually cost, like, our level stars? And those get restored whenever we go and sleep at an inn. Mind you, summons are extremely clunky and difficult to use, so you will almost never actually deal with them. But it is a thing. Well, I mean... you will deal with them, but only insofar as, like, to make ultimate weapons and armor, you have to, like, actually kill stuff with summons. It's annoying as all hell. Thank you, God. Are all of you so terrible at hitting things? God damn it. Speed it up right away. I recall we're supposed to use that rock there to block that off. Damn, it lives. Probably not through this. It's kind of funny that we killed it and it still continued on to the kid's turn. Even though there was no point. Okay, that's... Yes, I am aware. There we go. Block off the crickets. And I can't run because we're trying to go upstream. Actually, shouldn't it be the opposite now that I think about it? We're going to, like, the bottom of a well in the manor. So shouldn't the bottom of the well be the low point? Okay, hi. Damn it. There we go. We can check, wait, we can steal off of you, why not? More humor. Okay, we suddenly got some good freaking levels. Oh, come on! We can't even see these things! I'm pretty sure because we got the like, big stat up level, I'm pretty sure we won't even get, like, HP from this fight. Yep, I was right. Yeah, that... No, wait. I think this means... Okay, that's the one that makes it so we don't get into random encounters. Remember how we get up there. Maybe it's a later thing. Although I guess the well's dry now? I guess that makes sense given the fact that it all goes downstream from it. At the bottom of a well. Means Viper Man is right above us. Hey mate, I say we wait here till nightfall. No matter what your entrance is, you always stick around until nightfall. So you can get this scene. Viper Manor doesn't look nearly that cool, game. What are you talking about here? Oh, hi. Didn't even see you. Oh, sorry, time to start murdering some men. There, yeah, they're in a yellow. Makes green's fairly useful here. Stop right there. How did you get in? As I recall, this fight is a required one. I really hope you like Dragoons, because as I recall, we fight a ton of them. I can't remember if front and back rows actually affect enemy formations in any way. Oh, I did it again. There we go. Big boy's out of the way. Excuse me, are you ready to... Well, I guess I should push Basher instead of using Grand Finale. Rock on. Hey, Meteorite, that's the level 2 white spell. Locked. Bloody hell, I knew it. Round this chick out back. Someday I'll actually figure out how to do this voice. Oh great, I got an ointment for that burn. Damn, they got away. No reason to report this, just back to my patrol. It's someone else's problems. Yeah, we can make someone turn yellow belly. And now that I think about it, what does this cheat exactly do? I know it's supposed to be like, it's called battle boost, I guess? But what does it actually, like, boost? Like, it reminds me in Final Fantasy VII's, like, in that one, it just, like, gives you full HP, MP, and limit bar. What does it do in this game? I'm gonna put it down in here. It auto-saves us at every save point. I guess it's time for this infamous minigame. Who are you? Oh yeah, you must be the new helpers I was told about. Yeah, sure. Great, you're just in time. My back gave out recently. Can't feed the dragons. I want you to take over for me. You have a key to the manor. Sure do. Wouldn't mind giving to you if you take on this job. Do it, Rion. Yeah, there's a few different versions of this. I'm gonna go through all of them. It's kind of like whack-a-mole, almost. Oh, well done. Find the key in my cupboard. Take it. And here's the gift I promised. We got another knee pad. Yeah, we got our manor key. He does actually have some pretty nice rewards for this. 100 times is okay for the current, but like really not all that good in the. Oh. These dragons have like a bad case of the worms. Can't remember how many times you can like miss a dragon, but I know it's more than once, or I think it's more than 2. Hey, copper helmet. It's better than the helmets I've got. Come on. Of course, there is a trophy for doing the full 100. Come on. Oh, wait, whoops. They have one. Obviously, the one on the far right is, like, the biggest concern in this one. Since the closer they are to the details, I guess, is the best way to put it. The easier it is to just catch them. But we got a copper mail. Yeah, it's better armor than we got. Since I wasn't able to actually upgrade it back in town. As I recall, this one is actually a really, really good thing to get at this point in the game. On. Gosh. Can I actually do freaking... Oh, God. 100 at this rate. Then again, we kind of have the cheat already that most people used to make this a whole lot easier back in the day. That normally we wouldn't unlock until after we beat the game. There we go. And for this one, we get the Recover All element. It's our first full party heal spell. And it's a white element, so of course it goes great on Rion. Get here. Remember 99 before suffering out. You still want to try? Okay, so the trick is, this is what you use the slowdown for. It doesn't really slow us down too much since we basically move with each press of the directional button. And, you know, being a dragon is basically instant. It's a lot easier to catch them. Takes a lot longer, admittedly. I was to say, what about you, buddy? 10% of the way there. I remember it doesn't really get bad until after 50. That's when the game really starts trying to screw you. Did I know? Come on, guys. I knew it! I went back for more feed. Oh god. Come on, there he goes. I say, come on, you two, you know you wanna. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's registering me pressing left and right. Almost halfway there. Know it. Really just going to do... Yeah, looks like we're doing this pattern again. $69, nice. Ready to go. Hey, when you're tweaking out like that, does that mean you're gonna go soon? Guess not. Grade 80, 20 to go. Come on. Alright, just 10 to go. Four. Need to go back to the haystack once. There we go. Golly gee, succeeded! As of today, you are now officially a master dragon feeder. Excellent, job well done. Here's a little something. And we get an iron vest. Can feed the dragons for me again sometime. Oh yeah, it's a decent piece of armor, I'd say. That's like do better than the copper mail. Whoops. We'll give the copper mail to Nikki. No need to worry about Nikki ditching. Yeah, she already has an ivory helm. Definitely want to save after all that. There we go. Put in his 4 slot. She can magma bomb a bit better. Oh, he only got an extra level 2. Gonna have meteorite then. Man, that's a Metal Gear Solid level of eyesight you got going on there, buddy. Oh no, wait, as I recall, we're supposed to actually go up here. Won't open. Wishful thinking. This door doesn't have a keyful. Oh, keyful? What? Is this a trick door of some type? Must be a way to open it. There's a knob with numbers. Look at that snake spin. Oops. Intruders? How'd you get past our security? Can't believe you would fall for a trap like this. What should we do with these fools? What's so funny? You dragoons are a bunch of dagnuts. Okay, you're asking for it. Take it easy. They're afraid of us, eh? Chicken. This should be interesting. Let's teach them a lesson. Open it up. Man, don't be taking them by your fast talk. Bring it on, chums. Now get out. We'll teach you a lesson. Oh god, we made a horrible mistake. And he's such over like he hurt his back or something. You doing okay, man? Man, I can't wait till we can get some actual better, like, all-hitting spells. Yeah, drop. Okay, we stole his hat. I don't think Nick's guitar actually like changes appearance based on what like weapons we get, upgrades we get for him. Oh, we disguise ourselves with these suits. How convenient that there's one that fits my 5'5" ass. Oh, arse. Okay, who brought the sentient luggage? Oh, well, which of us do you choose? You only have one chance. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, you got a 50-50 shot of actually getting an item from them. We got an arrow saucer, great. I'm not slacking off, you're slacking off. Oh wait, yeah, I remember that bit. Better go this way for now to get like the entrance code, I think. Wait, you fell down again? How many times do I have to tell you? It's to the right, to the left. Got that? Better write this down before I forget. So yeah, that's how we find out the password. And that's the item that Guile wanted. No, hey. Yeah, just see I'm busy. Don't you goof off now, newbie. Yes, sir. Also, hi, Norris. How you doing, buddy? Damn, wish I'd chosen something easier. Can't find the time to investigate. It's nothing. Don't worry about me. I don't become relevant until, like... When does he become relevant? Write that down. I guess the second half of the game, basically, I think. Hey, we can finally bring our allies back from the dead if they die. Yeah, that made sense. Message on the wall. 8 to the right, 8 to the left. Really? Why you gotta do this to me, game? I'm sorry, what? Well, the game go, oh shit, with the freaking, like, uniforms on, that means we won't be able to get them with random encounters. Quick, drop a monster from the ceiling on their heads. I'm not even really getting anything for fighting these things. This is the treasure vault. There's a special permission to enter. What do you guys say? The password. No longer General Viper. Course rules! Correct, the password is silence. I didn't even have enough time to freaking read out the passwords before I got hit. I got in, I guess. Well, fine then. Well, on the map it looks like it's a tiny box, so maybe that's an answer for which one we gotta pick here. I don't really remember running into these guys very often. Yeah, I was right. Got an ice lance, yay. This is great! It looks like the frozen flame ain't here, whatever that is. Oh well, let's just take what's there. What's the frozen flame you're talking about there, kid? Mm-hmm. Get some free copper gear here. Oh yeah, the hero shield is something for, gear. Okay. Well, that just happened. Let's say at least she should have a good chance to get her percentages up to do less pilfer. Or at least we gotta get the... Really? That's like a better version of a tablet. They're also changing the field element away from yellow. Dude's still going strong, apparently. Really, dude. Now it's almost dead. Missed. Just hit things, please. Damn it. Brace is the yellow status curing ailment. Status ailment curing thing, whatever. Treasure on the wall. Must be some kind of trap. We should leave it alone. Whatever, just grab it. Well then. Even build that. I told you. Just a minor slip up, but look, we got the treasure. Oh yeah, this lady. Quiet. You too, Pip. I see that you are not really dragoons. Actually, we're just, well,
No matter, come out.
Stay right here as she walks around.
Who are you and why are you helping us? Oh ho ho ho, who said anything about helping? I am the scientific genius of Viper Manor. Call me Lucia. You will obey my guinea pigs. Finish them.
Oh no, it's not one of those guys from the forest again. Hey, what? I could have sworn I remember that, like, in the original, these guys would yell weed at us when they attacked. I was gonna make a 420 joke. And now I can't. Oh no, not leaves. Rock on, my dude. Damn it, really? Oh, that's the big one. Might as well try a pilfer. Damn it, Manson. Here's you and your only 9 stamina recovery. Oh, it's almost dead. Jerk. Plus, we had enough element levels for a party heal. And apparently that was worth a freaking star. Okay. Had a bunch of arrow saucers.
Wonderful, you have exceeded my expectations by defeating my bulbs. Now please leave. You must input this battle data for future study. I'm busy, I will let you go, now leave.
What do we do?
Hi, I'm Pip. My dream is to sail the vast sea someday on a big huge ship. Would you mind opening this cage quietly? Thanks, I'll make my escape later, till we meet again.
Yeah, we'll be able to find Pip later on now.
Wait. I am extremely interested in all of you. I cannot leave right now, but come by when you need my help. I am willing to help you. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I'll be waiting.
Aren't gonna try to stick more bush monsters on us, are ya? And that was actually a monster right there. I just, you know, skipped the fight because I went and opened the door while its eyes was closed. Put that there. Have that. What do you have? Copper helmet. Am I supposed to put this over here? Oh wait, you hit square for this one, yep. What? There we go. I call this guy is the big threat of them. Oh, come on! Really got off a poke. And apparently this engine cannot hit. Oh god. I think that's an all attack, yeah. Told you it was the threat. I don't want that going off again. Let's put out the magma bombs. Not the best damage, but I mean it is damage. Frame rate in this fight is terrible. Mind you, pretty sure it was this bad in the original too, in general. Damn. Just about to use Recover All. Good old PSX era sparkles. Doesn't have another one. Never mind. Oh, hey, our first dark spell. Rockin'! Thank you, good night! Hey, no stabbing, kid, that's my job. Hey, another free copper mail. We got some spares. Go ahead and toss that on her. Oh yeah, that's right. That improves like every stat. The big one is that it improves our freaking hit percentage. We're trapped. Don't touch anything. I don't remember what the other thing we're missing here is. Admittedly, as I recall, we can't actually like interact with a do here yet. Like, as I recall, you can't without... Yeah, it's Karsh you need for it later on. Wait, do we actually have to, like, kill all of them? Not remember what we're supposed to do here. That's part of getting Karsh's final ability. Kitty. With Zoa's room. He even sleeps in capital letters. Arg! What is it? I am Zoa, one of the 4 valiant devas of the Acacia Dragoons. Wait, why don't you know that? Aren't you one of our men? Really? Who are you guys? A gobbledygook. Both reds. Hey, free magma bomb. Hey, there's Karsh. Yeah, what do you want? What? You don't know who I am? What are you, rookies? Now listen up and don't forget, one of the 4 devs of the Acacia Dragoons who are headed by General Viper. Name's Karsh. Gah! Ah, you mean Junior. I had orders to bring in a ghost of that boy who died 10 years ago, but we had unexpected company. He got away. He's way too human to be a ghost, though. I don't know what the guest from Pore wants with him. General's the head of the Viper clan, who have governed these islands for generations. That's not all. When he was ordered to take up a new post on the main continent, he made quite an impact as the leader of the Acacia Dragoons was promoted general. He retired from the army since then and currently serves as the Lord of El Nido. The manor was built by the general's ancestors 100 years ago, when people first began colonizing the El Nido archipelago. Treat the place with respect. That's a top priority classified secret. It has been rumored in the northern countries for generations. It says it can guide the development of life and even alter history. We have no idea that's true just yet, though. Yo, don't open that! Yo, dog! We totally talked like this back in this era. Let's actually see what was on. Oh yeah, that's right. There was a freaking like golem dude blocking that. Bust it up! This guy's HP out the ass. I guess of course. Damn it, really? Why do you want to attack kids so much, dude? I don't remember if this guy counts as a mini boss or not. Just a capsule. Critical capsules just heal like 80 HP, I want to say. Seriously, you really hate her, don't you? Well, there goes Kid! Don't have Revive equipped. Yeah, finally. Well, we got some copper, I guess. Okay, now she's back at 1 HP. Oh, hey, Harley. I found Turn Black. He's got Kira on his level 1. Maybe we'll be able to give Kid a heal here. Yep, I was right. A nice lance. There, please shut up. Yeah, that's right, Harley is also French with a capital baguette. Holy crap, that's a lot of dudes. Actually, guess we can just do this. Oh, we're actually finding the door. I recall his gimmick is that when he gets low on health, he starts summoning a bunch of enemies in. Wait, could have sworn the door was freaking black, not, yellow type. Ah, this game makes me say weird sentences. Oh, I think I remember that. That's the buff spell that increases how much magic damage you do, I think. Oh no. Ow. Yep, he got low enough on HP. Oh no, I'm so afraid. Damn it. Finally! God, I'm just waiting until I miss on a 99%. Thank you and good night. There we go, finally. Killed by a poke. How many 87% have I missed? Antitoxinal cap? And it's locked. And that door's blocked by one of those big-ass golem dudes. I'm sure if, like, walking on, like, the sides is what prevents you from getting encounters with the will-o-wisps. Wisp there. come on. Yeah, this dungeon feels like it takes forever. I mean, all we really needed to do was go down to the cafeteria, see Glenn, follow him to the barracks, and then come back up here. It's taken us like, what, an hour or something? Half an hour? 45 minutes maybe? I don't know. What is the fourth dimension? What's with all these things hanging off the freaking ceilings? God damn it. Your damage kinda sucks, kid. Come on. I guess we got a whole bunch of tablets, huh? There's a porch guest upstairs. We have strict orders not to let anyone through. Oh god, I just remember the old man exposition shit. Oh god. Now this looks ominous. And no, we don't actually have a boss fight out here. Seems like a waste. Yep, here we go.
So, like, what are you doing here? Dragoons aren't allowed up here, you know. We're not really Dragoons. What are you talking about?
And for some reason, we take off our disguises for no reason.
Like, what's your point?
What is it, Marcy? Is someone there?
Some weirdos.
Marcy, lower the ladder, please.
Alright.
Why was the ladder moved up? Was she playing a trick on you? If you did not know, then you must not be one of our dragoons. Oh
my, you must be. Yes, you must be Rion. Like, can I kill him yet?
Patience, child, patience. I need to have a word with these people.
Who are ya? And how do you know Rion?
How do I explain? Listen carefully. World is not just a single entity. Another world similar to our own exists in another dimension. There you will find what you might have become, a world of possibilities that might have existed, a whole history that has not been written yet. It is out there somewhere. We are simply unable to see, feel, or experience it. I know this because reasons. Ruin this world is not the world you grew up in. 10 years ago, something happened that put your soul teetering on the balancing scales of fate, with a 50-50 chance of life or death. This is when your future was split in twain. In your home world, you survived to live a happy and prosperous life. That is how you made it to the present point in time. However, here in this alternate world, you are in fact dead and buried. You died 10 years ago, but this world's timeline has flowed on regardless. You have no place in this world. Here you are but a ghost brought back from the past. Not exactly, he's just an alternate dimension traveler. I mean, the people from Sliders didn't have to worry about them, like, their alternate selves being dead and them being, oh no, we're a ghost! And all that. I do not know what happened 10 years ago, nor can I guess what triggered your entrance into this world. The location where such divisions in the time-space continue are called Angelus Errare, where angels lose their way. It is said that there the borders of two dimensions fluctuate in such a way as to make the passage between the parallel realities a possibility. Trapped in this world, you are the missing piece from a giant puzzle. And maybe, just maybe, the vacuum created by your non-existence here has drawn you across the border between the dimensions to fill the void in that puzzle. I mean, shouldn't there be like an infinite number of universes and equally as many where we are alive as we are not? Of course, no one can say for sure. However, it appears as though these two worlds are connected by some unknown force. Depending on the location, the two worlds influence each other in strange ways. I am quite certain there is a wormhole that connects the two parallel worlds. For your information, if you pushed off while it was starting the original options, while in the world map, a menu will appear, which will allow you to display which world you are in. Your home world or another world. Select on to display this. Oi, did you just break the fourth wall? What you say is true, and this world is an alternate reality. Then why the bloody hell did Rion die? Reason has to be something that happened 10 years ago. You can only find out by moving up. We already know what. Well, if you talk around to people, you know that 10 years ago, Rion almost drowned. That's it.
No way I'm gonna let you. Shut up, you little brat. Like, whatever.
You look like her. There's no doubt about it. You're my little sister. I can see the family resemblance.
What's with you? Whatever. Can I?
I guess it cannot be helped. This is fate play itself.
We ain't here to play jacks.
I advise you not to take Marcy lightly. The child is one of the 4 Devas, the highest rank of the Acacia Dragoons.
What? This little brat? Too late now.
You must be kidding. Marcy, think it over.
Shut up. Don't know you and I don't have a family. Say bye-bye.
I swear this whole family's screwed up. Oh no, the dreaded shin kick. So what you got? Oh hey, nice. Also, ow. Well, of course you would do a whole lot of extra damage to Kid. She's blue and Kid's red. Rockin'! That's my only red, isn't it? Come on. Ah, yep, here comes her attack. Oh, that was a thing. Probably get some of the others elements up. Oh shit, that's a level 4 spell. It might be dead. Yeah, Kid's definitely dead! And I never equipped revive, I'm a dumbass. I'm not even sure how I could have stopped that! You just decided to delete Kid. Oh well, Kid won't be in the party much past this.
Not over yet, I'll get you next time.
Wait, Marcy, come back!
I did not think you would be able to defeat Marcy.
Why'd you give us the exposition if it was going to be pointless, old man?
Very well, I advise you to your next step. There are 8 pillars in the main hall. Behind the second to last pillar on the left is a button to release the platform.
Dragoons are not allowed up there, so it is best you go up there as you are. Beware, however, there's a much stronger being you will encounter. Yeah, I remember he was waiting for us up there. This. Actually, wait, can we go check out the other secret passage down here? I think we almost have one of each of the turn spells. Oh man. Yeah, there's a secret passage behind this desk. Guess it's not available yet. It's where you go if you want to, like, rename your party members. Holy crap, I have a lot of tablets. There we go. Oh, here we go. Triangle. Oh yeah, that affects both sides. Holy crap, we actually got a free ice blast from that? Don't have very many whites. Pretty sure using Magnify in the next fight would probably be a bad idea. Oh hey Harley, how are you doing? Who the... You are your own? You are even more sexy than I thought. Ooh la la. And who the bloody hell are you? And this vulgar one must be Kid. You disgust moi. What'd you say? Gonna insult someone, you should at least speak proper English. Je m'appelle Harley. I am the right-hand harlequin to Monsieur Lynx. Beyond this femme, if you lie down with dogs, you will surely catch fleas, non? I think you could do much better if you gave her up. Actually, I suggest you all turn back. You should not defy him. Oi, what's your problem? Please, mon Rion. I would hate to see anything sad happen to you. I've had it up to here with you. Thais fool, just you shut up. I'm having a serious conversation with Rio. Why don't you mind your own business? That's it, put up your dukes. I'm gonna kick your arse so hard you'll kiss the moons. There is a one who is going to have her derriere kicked. But alas, I cannot be caught fighting you here. Imagine the trouble I would get into. Au revoir, mon Rion. See you again. Please dream of moi, oui? Jeez, what's her problem? Yeah, we can't actually go that way. This one? Really? He said on the left, didn't he? God, I'm just mashing X. There it is. What do you think you're doing? You know, I can get why the PS1 had some chugging issues in these kind of like larger scale battles and all that, but my god, this is PS5. Oh, come on. Damn it. There we go. Okay. Rio, and of all people, we should probably be attacking this guy instead. Come on! Stop missing people, please! Ugh. And how annoying is it for everybody who wants to go upstairs here to, like, you know, have to keep using the freaking chair elevator. That's the final bit of this place. Oh, come the hell on! Alright, go into speed mode. Why is it that they always seem to really go for Kid whenever she's attacking? God damn it. Got it wrong. We did manage to steal some pretty decent stuff from this thing before, didn't we? Yep. One person I really don't want missing misses. Doggone, dude. I think you can pick some better allies, buddy. Even a Neobold. Rio's going on a kill streak. Oh, dang it. What's the point of fighting the door? Time to have our big boss fight at this. Oh, come on! Really hit X while it was closed. Always had this option. There we go. Oh boys, here's another chatty Cathy coming right at us. Oi, could this be? Nah, it ain't the frozen flame. Don't see any other booty here either. Guess I better ask the general directly. What is it you wish to ask of me? My compliments on getting past my security. Now, may I ask you who in heaven's name you are?
You're a General Viper, don't feign ignorance on me now. Why did you send your dragoons to get me mate Rion here?
Rion, my dragoons? I'm afraid, my dear, I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. General, I believe these vermin are here to see me. Okay, I'm not entirely certain that that's a really good upgrade there, Lynx, for your character portrait. Don't remember it being that kind of sketchy? Oh, well, it seems you have saved me the trouble of finding you.
Lynx?
Are you surprised? Hardly said his name earlier. Young girl, are you?
What's the matter, cat? Got your tongue? I finally caught you by the tail now, Lynx. I've come for two things, the frozen flame and your life, you murderer.
Ah, so you must be Kid, a member of the fearsome band of thieves known as the Radical Dreamers, correct? Radical Dreamers, this young lady? Precisely. Don't let her innocent looks fool you, General. She is quite ferocious.
Ferocious, my arse. After what you've done.
I had to disappoint you, but the frozen flame is not here. The jewel lies hidden in the Sea of Eden, in the place where past and future collide.
Alright then, it looks like I'll have to put that part off till later. In the meantime, I'll settle my score with you, Lynx. Prepare to meet your maker.
I think I kind of go like semi-Irish with her at points.
Oi, governor, it's almost, I should be trying to go more cockney almost, to try to be Aussie.
Yeah, he's our first, like, black type boss, as I recall. His attack animation is so kind of funky, like how he, like, hunched runs at ya. It's almost Naruto running at us. Yeah, magic ring, nice. Sounds actually looking kind of bad. Ooh! You can imagine, since, you know, Link is a black type, he does extra damage to Rion's white type. But the vice versa is always also very true. Cause damn. Really? Oh no. Ah. Come on. Okay, Photon Ray wasn't nearly as good. Joke's on you, I'm pretty much out of whites on him. The person who does is Manson. Oh, we almost got him now. Really, dude? And yes, that's all anti-white does. It makes it so you can't use a specific element. Marcy was harder than you, dude. That's just sad. Mr. Pendragon signal. Fancy.
Bugger was just a shadow.
Did you think I would be stupid enough to pick a fight with a rabid dog? Why, just a shadow of mine is enough to deal with the likes of you. Now, Rion, what do you desire from this world? Do you wish to live again? Do you want to erase your demise from the pages of history? No, we're from an alternate dimension. We just want to go home. What's wrong, Rion? Shiny. Want to touch the shiny. It apparently unleashes the inner furry. I don't even know what that scene with the, like, red thing is supposed to be. Like, I mean, supposedly it's supposed to be the frozen flame, but it's not. I've seen it. That thing there never shows up again, as I recall. Listen to me. The end of the human world is nigh. When the time comes, Rion, there shall be a deep enmity between you and the world. This is not a speculation or prediction. This is history. What? Why would... I mean, if the end of the... well, all humanity happens, wouldn't he just be dead? Bugger, this don't look good. You cannot escape. There's something I want to ask you.
Study about the voyage I have been planning.
Awkward.
Oh my. Don't move a whisker if you want the girl to live. Goodness gracious, who are you?
My darling Riddle, why you dirty?
Shut up, old timer. Our lives are at stake here. There ain't nothing dirty about saving your own skin. Stay calm and quiet, it won't hurt you, okay? Just need you to come with us till we reach a safer place. You alright, Rio? Come on, let's bust out of here.
Don't be foolish. You really think you can escape? We're blocked in! You fiend, take your dirty hands off Lady Riddle.
Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. As if. What do you take me for, bloody idiot? Rion, this way.
They do realize that we're like several stories up, right? And they're going even higher. How are they planning on getting down from here? We have you now, you vermin. There's no way out of here.
Bloody hell.
Let's work out a deal. Release my daughter and I shall let you walk away. How about it?
Yeah, right, as if we can trust you.
Are you willing to jump to your death?
Look out! Oh!
Well, I think we need a new person on the box art. What do you live for? What are you willing to die for? I've been waiting for you, Rio, and waiting a long, long time for you. I don't know why you're bothered to ask that of us, because we have absolutely, literally no character. Come to me, Rio, the Assassin of Time, the Chrono Trigger! Come to me, Rio. I don't know why they mentioned this whole Assassin of Time Chrono Trigger stuff when it never comes up again. Like, seriously? And with that, we're done with the manor. So I think we'll leave this off here for the day. So thank you all for coming on and hope you'll join me again next time as we find out if we lived or died after our swan dive off of the balcony there. See you later.